On this episode of Rico's Fossicking Adventures, I went on a little mission to try and gain access to a old sapphire mine. Access was denied on that property, so from there I moved on to my very favourite hole, and I find some of the biggest and best sapphires I've ever found in my life. So here's the video, guys. Hope you enjoy. G'day everyone, and welcome to Rico's Fossicking Adventures Installment 3. It's a straight A long weekend, and I've decided to go on a little impromptu mission out to a couple of remote locations that I've been sussing out. There's some old emerald diggings, old mines up there with some reported of some really quality sapphire. So that's up in the headwaters of the Yarrow River. That's all the information I'm going to give you. But right now I've just pulled over on the side of the Guida Highway, probably about 20 minutes from Glen Innes, little locality called Glen Elgin. I'm in the headwaters of the Timbarra River, so I've been pulling over here a couple of times and just sort of scraped about. There's a lot of topaz and sapphire here, just a little bit down the road, a couple of 100 metres, maybe 500 metres down the road. There was an old sapphire operation there back in the 80s. So we're going to have a scratch here on our way out to the headwaters of the Yarrow. And I've bought my gold pan. I'm also going to pan all my stuff and just have a look for a little bit of gold while I'm here as well. So yep, episode 3, let's get into it. Hopefully we find some gold, some sapphires, and whatever else we can find. Yep, happy straight way down to the creek here, the Timbarra River. And it's quite a popular spot, this one, and there's like a massive amount of diggings, and pretty big diggings too. Like, these guys have put a lot of effort in to dig these holes, which makes me think it's actually really worthwhile having a good scratch around here. It does look pretty flogged out. It's a popular spot, it's a public location. This is Crown land, and everyone's got into all the crevices. But look, it's good ground, and it's a good river, good spot. There's sapphires found in the location around here, and topaz, a bit of gold as well. So this is what we're going to have a little play in for a while. I'm going to suss out these crevices here, get in behind a few rocks there, and see what we pull up. So we had that probably about 10 small scoops of gravel out of that crevice that I showed you guys. This is what's come through the bottom sieve of my pan. There's quite a lot of topaz. There's a couple of sapphires in there. I actually tipped a few small sapphires out, but the thing I'm most interested about is, it's hard to show in the video, blurry, but that's a little gold speck of gold there. Try and get it to focus. There you go. So it'd be nice if that big yellow one to the right of it was gold, but it's not, fortunately. So I'm gonna pan it out, stick it out, and just run a few more full buckets through here and see if we start getting any bigger stuff, in particular the sapphires and the topaz. There's lots of real nice little pink ones in there as well, very pinky. But that gold, that's what I'm interested in. So if we can find some more of that, I might even camp here for the night and find some more. So we'll see how it all pans out. So spent about an hour at this spot here, and I've decided to pull the pin. didn't really find much other than that tiny little speck of gold in the first sort of half a bucket. Did another couple of buckets there in that same spot, dug a little deeper, got in the crevice, no luck. Couple of real tiny little sapphires and a lot of little pink stones, maybe zircons or some pink topaz or something, I'm not sure, but too small to worry about. Didn't get a lot in 1 hour, nothing worth keeping in an hour, so I want to press on to my little secret remote location on the Yarrow River, and we'll do a little trip through to Glen Innes and pick up some supplies on the way. But as you can see, coming out of here, this is quite a nice little camp area. It's all shaded, just on the side of the Guida Highway, and yeah, good bit of fossicking if you can spend some time and get into those deeper crevices. But I want to try and hit a bit more profitable ground and try this bit of a secret location I've been scoping out for quite some time. So, here we go, back on the road. So here we are, the headwaters of the Yarrow River. It's not much of a river here. It's just a little stream, but it's all good. Can see that there's been people doing a little bit of work here in the past, but I can't see. I've had a little look around. There's I can see some people have done a bit of sieving here recently, but yeah, there was no real pans of gravel sort of sitting on the bank, but I might go for a bit of a look around. I'm going to drive up the road because I actually want to go downstream, further down past the bridge there. There's an area where it's a little bit steeper and the creek flows through a lot of that, the granite there, that's creating a lot of pockets and whatnot. So I'm going to go up the road and see if I can find a phone number or just call in and find a house, and I'm just going to ask them if I can go and camp down on the creek, and see what they say. You can only ask. If they say no, well, we'll come back here and have a bit of a dig here, see what we find. Looks like a pretty bit of a secret spot, this one. I know there are sapphires in this river, and there's old sapphire mines either side of where I am now, both upstream and downstream. So yeah, it's very grown over. Doesn't look like it's worked a lot at all. This big pile of bedrock here, all this granite looks really good. So if I could dig in and underneath that and have a little look around. There's a couple of nice pockets down in here too, where some stuff might get trapped. So we might have a scratch about and see what we can find here near the Yarrow River headwaters. Beautiful spot. That could be my camp for the night. I won't be disappointed if I do camp there. So we found, I'll just put this seatbelt on so you don't hear that terrible noise. I found the landowner of exactly where I wanted to go. Lovely gentleman. Unfortunately, they have strict biosecurity laws, and for the majority of people, they've ruined it for us guys that want to do the right thing. They've cut fences, they've trespassed, and they've just ruined access to a lot of really high quality fossicking ground. So guys, look, it's really important, if you're going out digging for gems, stick to the Crown land unless you get permission. I can't stress it enough. You know, if people have done the right thing in the past, I'm sure that gentleman would be more than happy for me to go down through his property. There's a track right down onto the creek. I just want to show you this little spot here. This is an old sapphire mine back in the past, and that's been dug out quite a bit. Oh, clouds have come over. So yeah, they got quite a bit out of there in the past. I can't remember what that one is called. I think that is Kelly's Creek sapphire deposit. So yeah, just contact the landowners. Don't trespass. I'm going to set up the camp back down on the creek right next to the road near the bridge, and hopefully I can find a little bit in that section of Crown land there. Alright, let's go dig some holes. I spent a few hours digging in that spot pretty intensely, and yeah, I really had no luck at all, which I was quite surprised about. Just lots of really tiny spinel. So I decided it was time to hit the road. So guys, I did a couple of hours, an hour and a half, no, actually 2 hours, in that spot on the Yarrow River, and all I found was really, really, really small spinel, a lot of it. That spinel actually, I had to pan to get it, to see it. I'll just turn the music down a little bit for you guys. So, yeah, a few zircons, a few red stuff, and a lot of really, really small spinel. Almost looked like black sand, it was that tiny. So, I got the hell out of there. I've gone back to my very favourite location on the Severn River. We're just driving in here now. It's just after 6 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm pretty lucky to get here, and the site is empty where I do most of my work. No cars here, so pretty lucky guys. I wasn't going to waste any more time finding nothing, so we've come here to find a lot. If it's only low quality, I really don't give a shit, because it's going to be better than finding nothing at all, which is what was happening. So here we are guys, on the Severn River, just near the little town of Dundee, a little bit north of Glen Innes. So I'm going to get in, set the camp up. That'll take all of 2 minutes. Jump in the creek, in the river, and I've got a gold pan with me this time, so I'm going to see if there's any gold in here as well. I know there's sapphires, I know there's topaz, I know there's a lot of other stuff, but yeah, let's see if we can get some gold. Alright, time to set the camp up and find some blue stuff. It's quite clear that I was rapt to be back at my favourite location, and this night just topped it off. Some great astrophotography thrown in to the weekend, followed up by this awesome morning. It was going to be a great weekend by the looks. Beautiful day here this morning. I had a little bit of a storm real early in the morning. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. Not much rain, thankfully. I got up and had a bit of a look at the radar, because I didn't really put any of my my guy ropes out. So I got up, looked at the radar, and it just hit the edge of us, thankfully. This is the stuff that I was getting out of the the Yarrow River out near Mount Mitchell. So there was reports that river was really good. I have seen a lot of stuff come out of there before. Unfortunately, I think where I was has just been flogged, absolutely flogged. So this is just a lot of tiny, real tiny, you see my thumb, spinel that was coming out of the crevices of the bedrock. There's a couple of little bits of topaz and some zircons and a bubble. So I didn't want to waste any more time there. That was out of about 5 sieves in some different locations. I did some pretty hardcore trekking up and down that river there in that bit of area that was public land. Unfortunately, that owner of the property wouldn't let us go down and camp on his place, which is understandable. He's had people cut his fences and or dig holes and leave holes and all sorts of things. He had one of his cattle step in a hole and break his leg, and that was the end of it. So after doing 5 pans and not having anything, I packed up real quick, got the hell out of there. I'm back to where I was in my last video on the Severn River. So 2 sieves, and I got those sapphires last night right on dark. There's probably more down there because I could not see, and yeah, she was getting a bit dark. But yeah, I'm going to put a lot of time into this river today and do it rather methodically and work every bit of ground that I can, different depths, see where the bigger ones are hiding. I think last time I was here, the bigger ones that I got were pretty close to the surface, just under the larger rocks. So we'll do some testing, see where the big ones are at, collect the small ones while we go. As I said, beautiful, beautiful day. Can't complain. There's a few storms on the horizon out that way, but I don't think they'll get to us. Just a little bit of rain last night, nothing too drastic. So she's Australia Day. We're going to go and dig the blue stuff. See what we can find. Alright guys, been doing a little bit this morning. I've ran 4 sieves through, so I'm testing the grounds. I went over here behind the log, and the idea was to get down as deep as I could and also do a pan to see if there was any gold in here. No gold, also no sapphires, so I'm staying away from that whole area there because I've done testing before and I've not found anything. So I've come back in here to behind my log and I've gone deep, pretty much a full arm's length deep. I've gotten down below all the big boulders into the finer sands, thinking I might find some older deposited sapphires really deep, and not a huge amount. I only got 4 or 5, but I think what was happening was I was actually getting the sapphires that were falling into the hole from the shallows, and I was picking them out as well. So I've gone back to where my sieve is there now, and I'm working in between these 2 logs. I moved that log yesterday. I've pulled it back a bit, so this is all ground that I haven't worked on the back side of the big log, and I'm only going half as deep as I was, and this is the result. So I've just did 1 pan using that theory, 1 sieve, and I think I found some of the best sort of quality sapphires that I've seen come out of this river. So pretty good. There's another one there. So we've got that guy, pale blue, coming across to these two guys, a bit more of a royal blue, which is the colour you're chasing. And they look to be pretty well intact. They'd be a couple of carats each. I haven't even gone through this, I just flipped it and went, wow, I need to go get the phone. So yeah, that's a great one. Look at that. That's a beautiful sapphire. This one here. Oh, it's bigger than I thought too. Yep. Alright guys. That's what we want to see. Yeah, there's a few more in there. So I'll go through. There's 3 good ones. Here's one here. To the side. I'm looking at the camera and what I'm picking up. So yep. 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 just there. So it didn't take me long to dig that one sieve out either. It's really gravelly and easier to go shallow than the deep. Also, that's it's a pretty good representation of how you want your sieves to look once you flip them. That was a pretty full sieve, that one. So the heavies will go down a little bit deeper as well. So I'm gonna have to go through that with my tweezers and might find a few more in there. But wow, yep, we are off to a great start. Happy Australia Day. Woo! So I've done a few sieves since the last one, and we got some red stones, we got some blue stones, more blue stones. Oh look, more blue stones. And you know what? That's another blue stone. That big shiny silver one in there in the middle. Focus. That thing is a sapphire. Not much tweezers to point him out. That guy. So that's a sapphire, but that's one that has just gone all milky and clear, hasn't set clear. Lots of other stuff mixed in with it once the corundum was setting. So anyway, that's a good sieve. So we're really going to clean up here today, I believe. I'll give you an update of how many was actually in this one. Let's see if we can beat what was our best, 13 out of here in one sieve. So we'll go for that. Well, we've dodged the storms. There they are out there to the east. The wet clothes. And we did okay today, kids. We did okay. So, as I mentioned before, I did race into deep water. Focus, you little bugger. I raced into deep water about 1 o'clock. So I was gone for about an hour. I was a bit funny about leaving because I didn't want to give the spot up. But, mate, I got back here and there's no one here. So, some really nice topaz, some beautiful sapphires, some zircons, and there's that big bugger down there. Here was, that's my find of the day. He's down there in the bottom corner. And focus. There he is. Now you can see him. When I got back up here, I wasn't sure if it was clear or not. Just put the torch on it, and it's pretty. So I really like that topaz there too. It's really nice. And the other one that I want to show you is this one. Beautiful. Crystal clear. I don't know if you can see it. Focus. Anyway, it's a oh, nearly got you. There we go. Oh, and I dropped it. Oh, lucky it's not a little one. It's easy to find. This thing is magnificent. Look at that. So, it's beautifully clear all the way through. I'll get a torch on it tonight when I get home. But it's a massive chunk of clear as clear. Pretty sure it's just quartz, but oh man, that's pretty nice. Yeah, so it's been a good day. Got the Doobie Brothers on the stereo, and I've just dropped that big chunk. Found him. Quartz, or I'm hoping topaz. Super clear. What do you guys think? Yeah. Get on there, focus. What do you think? Wait. Focus. You probably think that I need to get a new camera, but yeah. There we go. Let's see if I can keep it at that. Show you. Is it a big chunk of crystal clear quartz, or have I got a really nice solid chunk of topaz? What are your thoughts, guys? Taking it to the streets, and I want to get your ideas on it. So there we go. It is unbelievably clear. Quite large too. As you can see by my hands, I've been going pretty hard today, so I'm going to listen to the music, get a feed on, and enjoy the evening. I might spot a few shooting stars, do some astrophotography tonight. So, the moon up there. Gotta let the music play. Well guys, it's been a great day. As you can tell, I'm happy. And tomorrow's little mission before I leave, I want to at least get... I'm going pretty high. I want to get that jar. I'm aiming high, really high. I want to get that jar up to about that full. The line there, let's say the line. So, you reckon we can do it or not? I think we can. Today I've been pretty lazy, pretty cruisy, went for a trip into town. We're going to get onto it. Another lovely morning here on the river. It's good to have a little look, see what where I ended up yesterday. Water was quite cloudy when I finished, so I worked all in between, did all that ground in there, worked it fairly well, and got quite a bit out of there until I ran out. I come all the way up into here, started sort of not getting a lot, so I've jumped over the log. And I worked this ground here and got up in the log. That's the ground that I didn't work last time I was here. You can see there's a few rocks there where I'm meeting up. I worked all that area last time. So this morning I'm going to get in and start working. I'll finish that bit there and then start working out this way. You see all these rocks here. Larger boulders, and then out here there's a few smaller rocks. They're all undisturbed, so I'm going to get in, scrape them off the little sandy, clayey, gravelly layer where all the sapphires are. hopefully there's a few big ones out there. I got a really nice top sieve one yesterday, and a really nice sort of, I'm not sure if it's a quartz or it's a topaz, but crystal clear, beautiful. And even caught a few of those little minnows while I was sieving. You might be able to see them swimming around in there, so yeah, that was pretty funny. Let them go. But I'm going to put a bit of time in here today, see how I go. I'd like to stop back at Glen Elgin if I've got time on the way home and just get that yabby pump back in some crevices and see if I can suck some more gold out of there, because I'm pretty interested in the gold at the moment. Alright, well, last day out here. There's a big hole just over that sandbank as well that's got some water in it that people have been working. I'll have a scratch around in that as well and see what comes out of that. So there might be a lot more sapphire here than what I'm sort of getting at the moment. So we'll get in and see if we can fill that container today. So guys, just to give you a little update on my last day here. Wasn't really going to do a lot of filming this morning, so I've left the phone up there. Yesterday, set myself a bit of a mission to beat my best sieve out of here, and I equaled I've already got everything out of this, so there's no point looking again. Well, it probably is, because I've probably missed something, but so that sieve, 13. A lot of them are only really small and some really milky ones. And then I hit the 13 and I was like, yes, go back to this spot. I was digging a lot of big spinel out of there. So I'm actually just working on the other side of the bucket. I've got some nice little quartz collection there I'm going to take home. So, do the log. So, I've been working my way out this way, moving the bigger boulders, and that hole is really deep there, and I was going down as deep as I could. I'm wet up to my titties, wet to the chest, and I'm going in right to my shoulders. I'm actually crouched down in the water, so I'm nearly fully submerged in that water. I've dug a big hole in there, and I'm started to work my way across. The reason I've come and got the phone is, we're going to make a splash here. Yes, so the reason I raced up and grabbed the phone, guys, I've literally just found the best sapphire I've ever found in my life. When I pulled it out, I thought it was a bit of glass. It actually looks like a bit of blue glass there, but look at this. The first little shovel that I put in there after that sieve that had the 13 had this in it. So I did have thoughts of going other side of that sandbank where there's a little depression where people have been working, and I ain't leaving this spot now. I hope I don't drop it. I'm going to come up here just in case I do, but that's a cool sapphire. That's so cool. That's so cool. I can't really give you a good view of it because I'm going to drop it. I know I will. But, oh my god. Cuttable quality, and it's huge. I don't know how many carats that would be. It's a lot. But, she's a beauty. So, with a few hours to go, and I find that I want to stay here for as long as possible. So, I thought I was running out of sapphires, and then I pulled that thing out. I'm really excited now, so I'm going to put this phone up. Might even set it up so you can see me doing a bit of work, bit of digging. But hopefully we dig more of them out. Fingers crossed. See how we go. This is that big one. I'm up on the bank now. I'm not worried about dropping it because I'll find it. It's big enough to see again. Really cool. Some red, some really royal blues. Maybe a fracture or two in there, but I'll definitely get a stone out of that. Now watch the colour on the side. Oh, I nearly dropped it. On colour from the side. Here we go. Focus, Mr. Camera. Look at that. So, yeah, pretty good. And I dropped it. But look how easy that is to find. Thank you. And I'll pick it up. Thank you, baby. Big boy. Personal record, that one. Decided before I get back into it to show you what we've got this morning already. Pretty close to already having more than what I got all day yesterday. So I think with those big ones in there, I reckon I'll be on par with what I found yesterday. So yeah, bit of topaz, some little quartz crystals in there as well. Found lots of zircons this morning, lots of the red ones, or rubies. Rubies are in this river. They've been found in here before, so they could still be here. I've got that special light turning up to test all the red stuff that the rubies will illuminate. So back into the depths over there. I'm just using that bucket to put my sieve on to put everything into. It's just a bit easier. So I was filling the bucket up, just using a large sieve on the top of the bucket, and I thought I was being productive, but it was actually slowing me down. So I've just gone back to like doing a sieve and then sieving it, and yeah. So we'll get in, try and find a few more big guys. Rightio, let's go. So I just had to stop. I wanted to give you guys a little update. Oh, I dropped it. Lucky it's a big one. So I've only done one sieve while I was digging that sieve out. It was like the third scoop, and I found this most perfect dog's tooth. Yep, it's bloody beautiful. His third scoop, top of the sieve. I was like, oh my god, is that real? It's intact completely. Pretty cool. No fractures or anything in it. It's a real nice blue. Mate, I'm finding some beautiful stones in here today. I just don't want to leave. I've only got 2.5 hours to go, so it's the last couple of hours of power. I still got to have some lunch yet. I'm getting pretty hungry. Haven't eaten anything for a few hours, so might go have a quick bite to eat, and yeah, come back and find some more very unique sapphires. So guys, I've got 1 hour to go, which has just been extended to 2 hours I can sneak another hour in. I'm going to stay till 4. Doesn't mean I'm not going to get home till late, but this is the reasoning behind that decision. I've just hit a really good bit of ground down in here. Actually, I've dug up, I'm digging really deep. To give you an idea how deep that is, the bucket is there, but it's sitting on a ledge that I've dug around. Get back here. So this morning, or today, there's the log. I've dug a section through quite deep, about knee deep, a little bit deeper in spots, and then I've gone around the bucket and started digging across this way towards this log, and I went to move a big boulder and I dug out to get to the edge of it, and had to dig more and dig more to get to the edge, and I've actually found one of those massive big boulders. Big granite in there, which is the explanation for finding the bigger sapphires and the more sapphires in here. So there is a big sort of bedrocky granite. So far it's about a bit over a metre long. I've dug across in here, but check this out, guys. Anyway, I've found the title of the new video is going to be "So Many Biggest Sapphires in My Life Ever." I thought, oh, that's a funny looking bit of spinel. It's real shiny, and then I picked it up, put it up to the sunlight. That's a beautiful sapphire. It's huge. Once again, the biggest sapphire I've ever found in my life. So, not bad quality either. No idea how many carats that would be, but that's a few. So, that is, that little stone there, or that large stone, is the reason for me extending the stay for another hour. So, 2 hours to go. I am going to dig my little ass off. It's actually quite cold out of the water, so there's quite a bit of a breeze blowing at the moment, sort of shooting across, and the water is really warm. It's like a warm bath. So I'm sitting on the bottom of the ground there, giving the back a break, got my legs stretched out, and I'm just going to chase that bedrock edge, and let's see if we can find one bigger than that. Times 3. We're going to go the biggest sapphire of my life that I've ever found times 3. So I actually found another real cool little dog's tooth as well, a real good quality one, about half the size of the other. But so give me 2 hours and I'll give you guys an update. Even if I do find another biggest sapphire of my life, I'm going to keep digging, because let's see how many times I can do that today. Hopefully there's the big bomb down there somewhere. So, alright guys, I'm going to get into it, and I'll give you a little update when I start packing up. I didn't actually manage to give you an update. It came over quite stormy. These are the biggest sapphires that I found on the weekend. That's the big bomb coming in at 4 carats. This beautiful dog's tooth at 1.2 carats, absolutely flawless. And this Aussie flag one, which was pretty cool to find on Australia Day. We're back home, and I've just been going through the gems. These are all the smaller, lower quality ones. I've just got them on the iPad with the backlight there. There's some good quality ones in there that are very small though, so not really worth sending away to get faceted. that one there's quite nice. Whoop, there's the finger. He's quite nice, that one, but yeah, very, very small. So they're all the little ones. I'll just get that writing off the screen. They're all the little ones. And so these are the good ones. Higher quality, bigger ones, and the that really cool yellow one with the black tip. He's pretty special. Not sure what that is. If anyone can clue me up, if they've got an idea of that little yellow love heart dipped in ink. These are all of the really bigger, better quality ones that are facet quality. So the one in the bottom center of the screen, here's one of the first ones I found. Just absolutely perfect. Not a little crack in it at all. Here's a little bit darker, that guy, with a bit of a green tinge. Same with that one, a bit of a party. Sapphire. There's the dog's tooth there. The just brilliant dog's tooth. That's my big finger. Just so it's still not huge, but that thing is just immaculate. There's no cracks through it. I've taken some photos of these as well. So that was the little dog's tooth, actually. So I've taken some photos on the scales just to give you an idea of how big they are. That's a nice party one there. He might have a few fractures in him, but the rest of them are all cutting quality. So I've put them on the scales, weighted them up. I will add that into the video with the weights. All of the zircons in there, quite a few of those. Some of those might even be ruby. Like I said earlier in the video, I've got that special light where I can change the light waves, which will illuminate the rubies. And there's a nice little party there. It's pretty cool. And some topaz, some quartz. So it was a very successful couple of days. There's only 2 days in the river. Well, yeah, sort of 2 half days. They weren't even full days in there, but very, very happy with the outcome from that trip. And obviously I will be going back to that spot to do some more digging around there and a little bit more adventuring. There's some really nice green ones over that side. As you can see, the majority of them are all milky, sort of cloudy sapphires, but they're still sapphires, and there's a few red ones I've missed. As long as you're digging gems out of the ground, that's what we're all out there to do. So whether they're lower quality or not, I don't really care. I'm still out there having fun, and they're all still quite pretty, even all the real milky cloudy ones. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Not sure when we're going to be doing episode 4. I might even have a crack at some gold. I did say that at the end of the video. I did go out to the river with my young fella and we found a couple of specks of gold, but we're kind of busy digging for gold and having fun, and we didn't really get much footage, but they're the gems from this Australia Day long weekend. So thanks for watching the video. We'll see you on the next episode. Ciao.